Welcome, my foodie friends of the interwebs. So, I can't tell you the level of hatred that I have for Little Caesars. Well, hatred's not the right word. Distaste? Maybe that's a better one. Little Caesars, I'm old enough to remember pizza. And as a kid, I thought that was the greatest thing in the world. And oh my God, their pizza is just rancid anymore. It's just, they put no effort into it whatsoever. But every now and again, I have got a craving, a powerful craving for crazy bread. It's the only thing really that they do that kind of tastes the same. I will tell you though, their pizzas are just horrible. Once in a blue moon. But here's my problem with the crazy bread. Shrinkflation has cut these in half. You know, like $5 for a bag of crazy bread and sauce. $5. And when I was a kid, they used to have like a crock pot, kind of a crock pot thing, and it was full of the crazy sauce. Let's take a chomp without the crazy sauce because I have something else to show you. Another offering from Little Caesars. Here we go. It tastes like crazy bread. Just not very big crazy bread. All right, let me get some sauce on this bad boy. And even the sauce, to be completely honest, is only half full. Little Caesars. Shrinkflation is real. You know, here's the problem for Little Caesars. Their product sucks to the point where when you start cutting it in half, there's too many options today. I don't know how they stay in business. If I get a Little Caesars pizza, it's only because they're basically giving them away. I can tolerate their thin crust the best. Yeah. No, a little thicker. I don't know if you can tell. A little thicker. Yeah, right. I mean, the overall flavor is the same. That's all I care about. It's more dense. Okay. I mean, for $5, I guess you get, one person. You start throwing some other people on that tag and, no. Okay. That's the same little bastard that used to say, pizza, pizza. He ain't said that in years. Okay. These are called Mini CheeseSteaks, I think. Okay. They don't really have much of an odor, for better or for worse. These are very light. They look like they were made in like little muffin tins. Got cheese on top, and I'm assuming steak in the middle for a very little bit of money. I don't remember what it cost, but they weren't crazy. Okay. I am. Very cheesy. Okay. I'll show you in the next one, because I'm going to do 2 of these. Dough's kind of heavy, but light at the same time. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Okay. Let me show you. So you have basically what looks to be a little cupcake or a little tin, and They fill it with like a creamy cheese, and then they sprinkle some kind of meat. It's supposed to be a cheesesteak. Let me see. They sprinkle some meat, little chunks of meat. Okay. Let me take another chomp. I kind of wish I would have gotten a little packet of Parmesan. Would have probably topped this off a little better. I want to say these are around $5. But I got the cheesesteaks. There are 4 of them in this packet, in this box. The crazy bread and the sauce for a little less than $10. And in today's world, that's because I guarantee I can't eat all this. Okay. Let me get one more chomp. All right. All right, here's the Dillio. They're not great. They're not crazy good. But they don't suck. If that makes any sense. They don't suck. They really don't. They don't suck. They're just not that great. To call them mini cheesesteaks, I think it's kind of a stretch. They're not that flavorful. I mean, hey, you gotta see this. I mean, really? Really? Really, Little Caesars? Okay, whatever. I guess if you had little kids, these would be great. But I am not a child. Been doing TikTok, and I've enjoyed it. I'm actually on my way now to Bill Camaras to do our political podcast. I've been enjoying that. My TikTok, which you should really support, is Santa's World 365. Santa's World 365. Because I'm Santa 365 days a year in my world. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. Yeah, go check it out. Supports your local Santa. Someday I'll do a video on how I got turned on to doing Santa on TikTok. Because there is a story. There is a story. Alright. The crazy bread, to be 100% honest, right now, is the best thing in this car. It tastes just like it did, I don't know, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Well, I'm 58. Probably been eating crazy bread since I was 8. So for the last 50 years, for the last half a century, they haven't changed it much. And so like I said, a little denser, but for the most part, this is the flavor, this is the taste. I wish they still had the hot marinara or dipping sauce, red sauce. I really do wish they did, because I have a hard time accepting cold red sauce to dip breads in. You know, it just doesn't work for me. I mean, it's doable. I don't have any choice. I don't know no way to heat it up. But like I said, in the old days they would have a stack of, and they were like a hard cardboard type of thing with the Little Caesars logo and all that stuff, and then they'd have lids. But they would ladle out the sauce that was already hot. It was in the crock pot, and they would put it into the containers. And at some point along the way, the last 50 years, somebody said, "Hey, we could probably make an extra couple cents in profit on those if we didn't heat them up." I will tell you the other thing, because this is so unfilled, it's not going to make it through this whole bag, which is not. But for nostalgia purposes, yeah, this will get it done. Because every now and again, regardless of how crappy the food, if it's something that I grew up with, I gotta add me some. Look, I will tell you right now that I personally know that a homemade baked a mac and cheese, like a 5-cheese, is superior to Kraft with the yellow fake cheese. But I have to tell you, every now and again, I gotta get me a box of Kraft. I do. Because that's what I grew up with. Fried bologna sandwiches, all kinds of stuff. Is fried bologna sandwiches the pinnacle of sandwiches? Well, in my hillbilly world, it is. But I realize what it is. It's poor people food. I grew up poor. Therefore, that's kind of the food that I grew up on. And not I am kind of, it is the food I grew up on. And hillbilly food, whatever you want to call it, it's something that every now and again I got to have. I got to have a fried bologna sandwich every now and again. I have to. Every now and again, I got to have some crazy bread. Now, if their pizzas were the same, which they're not, I probably did feel the same way about them. Yeah. Anyway. Is the mini cheesesteaks a pass or a smash? It's a pass. It's a pass. Not a hard pass. Not a hard pass. I don't think you would be disappointed if you got these. But you're not going to want to run to Little Caesars to buy these. You know, it's kind of got a beef stroganoff vibe to it, to be honest with you. It would be easy enough to drive down the road and eat these. It would be. So, it's a soft smash. I wouldn't blame you if you said to me, "Hey, I tried those the other day," even after you watched my review. But I would be shocked if you were like, "They're the greatest things ever." Nah, I'd be shocked. Well, don't go get you some unless, well, now the sticks are a different story. The crazy bread's a different story. If you can get past the fact that they're ripping you off by cutting everything in half and having cold sauce and all that stuff, or dipping sauce, if it's just a nostalgia thing, yeah, go get you some. $5. But these, no. Don't go get you none. Little Caesars.